Got a girl from the south side, got braids in her hair. First time I seen her walk by, and I about fell up out my chair.
Now it's here forever. Jesus, I surrender. Show me what
Someone told me love was only in the movies.
It was so different being here. I was so used to being next to you. Life for me is not the same. That's right. Hey, I hit tripping in finesse. It don't make no sense. I hit tripping in finesse. You know it.
I love it. I say the best part of the road, best part of the street. When the mask man them make her stop and she whine and give me, I love it. Girls, 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 all over the place. Girls, 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 take over Madame Juve. Girls, 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 that's why the job must play. Greasing down a blocking up, ready for Juve. 200 pound a chain. I say we dragging that. The biggest band with the most woman. You know we up in that. Go head and a big, big horn. Yes, we portray that. I know the job them agree with me. When you hear him and sing and say, best part of the road, best part of the street. When the map and them make her stop, she whine and give me, I love it. Best part of the road, best part of the street. When the truck man just make her stop, we jam in a stationary. Walking away, whining away. If you see the kind of thing them girl doing in front of we, yeah. Walking away, pushing back around me. Bend down my girl and do that one more time, let me see ya.
Should I go out? I can't wear this. I feel too fat. I will never be pretty enough. Maybe I should cancel. Hey, I don't think I can make it tonight. Are you okay? Can we talk about it?
You know, sometimes I get this nagging thought. And that thought is, damn it, I want to walk through a wall today. The odds of every inch of matter in your body successfully passing through a 4-inch concrete wall are approximately 1 in 10 times 10 to the 30th. That number is larger than the amount of atoms that exist within our universe. In fact, it's longer than the lifespan of the universe could ever hope to be. But it isn't going to take me the lifespan of the universe to move through a wall at least once. I'd been planning this for months. The perfect spot, the perfect time. Now all I had to do was go and do it. And so, with nothing better to do, I took the step.
Half the time you only get one chance to get that perfect shot. That's why having the right equipment to perform at its highest level is so important. I've been using the DJI Spark since it first released, and I've been able to take it everywhere I go. It's extremely portable due to its palm-like size, and with that, I've been able to capture many different shots that I couldn't even imagine before. Other than the DJI Spark's awesome HD video, it can take high-resolution 360-degree panorama photos just at the click of a button.
Come with me because you look so fine that I really want to make you mine. I say you look so fine that I really want to make you mine. 4, 5, 6, come on and get your kicks. Now you don't need the money when you look like that, do you, honey?
Another call for help. I have to get there quickly. I'm gonna go somewhere quiet and have a heart attack. Maybe I should get some kind of spider signal so people don't have to set things on fire to get my attention. I just never get a break. I feel like someone just walked on my grave. My spider sense is going nuts.
Oh man, I just stole this car.
You have a lot of pep for someone your age. If you just paid your parking tickets, you wouldn't be in this situation.
The way I view life is through art. I like to view people as certain paintings or art pieces. I've always strived to be the Starry Night, in particular by Vincent van Gogh. That painting is the most beautiful in my opinion. I envision sparks of peacock blue swirling in the air every time I talk. I envision soft hues of steady yellow making its way in the air whenever my smile reaches my eyes. I envision hints of lilac as well, every time I get excited. Or sometimes I aspire to be a Jackson Pollock painting. Splattered hues of every color you can think of on a blank canvas. I envision the feel of pinks, oranges, and reds as I run my fingers through my hair. I envision the smell of light green and aquamarine as I spray my favorite cupcake-scented perfume. I envision pastels every time I sing my go-to song in the shower. I envision that I am beautiful. But I am not. Because when I look in the mirror, I see no Starry Night painting, but rather a blank canvas filled purely with black. I am not the kind of art that is adored and admired in art galleries, but rather I go unnoticed. And I am often overlooked, because my features are dull. I am the absence of color. I am a void. I am the entity of nothingness. My painting is not worth even a single penny. In fact, me being in an art gallery is probably just all in my imagination, because it's impossible that a meritless, valueless painting like me would ever be worthy of being called beautiful.
I never understood why you were only ever able to see how beautiful other paintings were, but when it came to yourself, you suddenly become colorblind. Crazy to think that what you see as black, I see as every existing color on the color spectrum and more. I love the way you laugh whenever I say a joke because I see hues of pink, orange, and yellow with hints of purple, Colors I die to see every day because they remind me of a sunset. But any day, I choose to see you over a sunset because a sunset can never compare to the way my heart skips 2 beats every time I see you. I love the way you sing your heart out when your favorite song on the radio comes on, because all I hear is a beautiful shade of blue. I never have to listen to the sound of ocean waves again. I love the way you say good morning every day because it makes me feel all sorts of aqua, and the way you make my coffee extra sweet every morning because it has a heavenly taste of rose red. I love the way you look at me because it makes me feel sparks of gold in my fingertips, and when you hum to yourself while doing the dishes, I swear you make the air around you the brightest shade of deep blue. I'm so in love with you that I can't just think of one color when I hear your name, because every color comes to mind when I think of you. I hope one day you'll see yourself the way I see you, because maybe then you'll love yourself the way I love you.
Youth throughout generations have always been powerful in moving the world forward. As society develops, so does our social responsibilities and what we put our efforts into. Generations before us have led movements, were present for the world's many firsts and lasts. Each generation has contributed to the good and bads in the world's history, and now they're helping shape us into the many scholars we aim to be. Today's youth are living in the world's most important time ever. Instead of being farmers, bearing children, ruling monarchies, and playing with a stick and ball, we are now social media stars, operate tech companies, we're influencers, and changing the way we view success and the meaning of life. We are your future doctors, realtors, nurses, lawyers, and celebrities. We are the youth.
Today's youth are unlike any generation before. They are more diverse, connected, socially engaged, and educated. Many youth are reaping the benefits, but others face challenges such as finding a full-time job, social exclusions, cyberbullying, and mental health challenges, as well as addiction. There are 9 million youth across the country aged 15 to 34, and teenagers aged 15 to 19 make up 23% of that population in Canada. I decided to focus closely on this age group on how uniquely they choose to move through the world. Because what is going on with today's youth?
Okay, anyways. What do I think about today's youth? I just feel like they're unmotivated because of all the high expectations of society that's put onto them.
As an up-and-coming YouTuber, it kind of opens, not only is it a job that we've created in this generation, like, if you think back, like, during our parents' time, I don't think people were making money posting up videos on the internet about their life or about different things you could do, about fashion, about music, or whatever. That's something that we've created now, and it's opened so many doors in different outlets, and it's given people a chance to be their own business people and entrepreneurs. I don't know, wait.
Oh, I don't know, but I think we're the future. You know, one time I got 63 likes on one video. I'm coming home and starting a nice little TikTok vid, you know. I have plenty, made multiple, got my friends in some of them. Honestly, I think it could turn to YouTube, where we start getting paid for our TikToks. Yeah.
Do I find teenagers are addicted to their phones? Yeah, I would say so, because a lot of teenagers are always on their phones, and I myself find myself on my phone often.
I'll talk about first why we're good, because I feel like that's not often talked about. I think we're good because I feel like we have so many more ideas now than we did before, and I feel like we're such a creative generation in the things that we've created so far. Now, on why we're bad, there is a couple things that could be addressed. I feel like one thing is that we do complain a lot about things that we should see as gifts, that we should see as not a privilege, but something that we don't necessarily deserve, but we have. They're not, like, no one really wants to communicate. I feel like everybody feels like they know everything when they don't. Also, we're destroying the earth. I feel like everybody knows that. I don't know who elected this man, because my parents did it. I can't vote yet, obviously, but I don't know who voted for him, and whoever did, I hope you regret it. And the fact that he has just gone and ruined something like that I feel is so important, because I feel as though education is so important. For him to go and just ruin it as a whole, I feel like is just, it's just I feel like it's not a Canadian thing to do, because I feel like he's just ruined so many lives by doing that, because I feel as though education is one of the most important things to have in this world, especially in the society that we're living in today, because if you don't know what you're talking about, nobody's going to want to listen to you. And I feel like a lot of the stuff that we learned about life in general, we learned from education, and the fact that he's just so easily able to take those things away from people is scary to me, and it's frustrating, and I understand why people are upset, and I understand why people are protesting, because that is something to be protesting about. Doug Ford just pissing me off. I couldn't even remember what you were asking.
I think for a lot of people, music like is coping mechanism, you know? Like when they're sad, they're like, oh, put on my sad playlist. Or like when they're happy, you know? I feel like it's just helps people. I don't know, I feel like now like genres of music have kind of changed. Like there's so many different like genres nowadays that people listen to that like you wouldn't think ever exist. Like what's it called? Like, there's country music right now. This is country pop. Bad rap is a big one, like Lil Peep in them.
I think we've adopted the habit of kind of just like re-innovating a lot of the older styles that we've had before, like corsets, like that's a thing now, and that was what, like 1800s, 1600s, like that's like some old stuff. But there are like some parts of fashion that are kind of like, yeah, that's something that we did, like the plastic shoes. Like I feel like a lot of people hate on those, the plastic heels, where it literally just looks like saran wrap on your feet. I mean, I'm not proud to claim that our generation made, but we did that. That's something that we created.
Culture is us, basically.
Culture is we.
Like, I feel like when it comes to like a lot of the older generation, I feel like they like to, I guess in terms, hate on us a lot, which I'm not saying isn't needed, because, you know, we need to be able to know when we're doing something wrong, and we need you to help us, you know, be better as a generation. You need to teach us all the stuff that you've gained over the years, all the wisdom that you have, and I want you to share that with us. But there's a difference between kind of just like sharing that wisdom and then kind of just being angry and hateful towards us as a generation, as if we're all like those people that you see on the internet or whatever, which I mean, like I feel like as our generation's moving forward, as there's a new generation coming and new generations coming, I feel like a lot more people need to be open-minded to what's going on and kind of don't have such a one-track mind. Like, don't be so hard-headed, you know? Like, it might not be something that you grew up with. It might not even be something you understand, but I feel like it's something that you should at least try to accept, because it's like, I know some things the generation that you grew up in would not fly, for obvious reasons, but I feel like since we're here now, you're here now, like there's no going back to the world you once lived in. Like this is what we have right now, so I feel like you should just appreciate and try to understand and try to learn about what's going on now, and then that way it just kind of makes it easier for everybody going to be going through as a generation, whether that's like a more personal thing or whatever. Like we should gain that as much wisdom from them as possible, because they've already been through it. They know what it's like, and they can help us get through all the stuff that we need to get through a lot easier if we have more knowledge about what should happen to us or what we should expect from ourselves in the future. So yeah, I feel like if just both people, older generation, new generation, if we just all kind of like, we're just understanding of everything, I feel like it'd be so much easier just to like make the world even better than what it is right now. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like I'm just ranting.
It's good. I feel like I should just definitely follow it.
Breaking news. A car crash at the corner of Brock and Finch caused the death of a family of 3. Names are not known at this time. However, a child was seen walking away from the scene, surprisingly with minor injuries. The child was taken to the Pickering Hospital earlier this evening. The police are still not giving out any information on the identity of the family. Witnesses say the impact on an oncoming truck drove the car forward airborne before landing upside down. A source said that it looked like no one would make it out alive until movement was seen in the back seat. By getting the door open, it was revealed that the male teenager was still alive. Under further inspection, the child was the only one who survived. Due to the tragic event, the child is now on his way to foster care. This has been Abigail Wiley, CP42, signing off.
I'm Sean McLaughlin. When I was 16, my family and I got in a car accident that took the lives of everyone except myself. I was crushed. Leaving me by myself, with no extended family, it looked like I was going to go into foster care, and I didn't want to be a part of that system. I took things into my own hands and ran. It's the only thing I felt like I could do. I made it home, gathered my things, and fled to the forest. Until I felt like it was safe and at a place where no one would find me. The forest became my home. Summers were pleasant, winters were harsh. My mental health diminished to a point where breaking down, but I couldn't go back now. I lived in the woods of northern Ontario, secluded for 2 long years. At that point, I just assumed everyone thought I didn't make it. When I turned 18, I decided to make my way back to civilization.
So today, we went down to Coburg. I think it took about, how long did it take again?
Like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, it took a while to get here. We're here. We're camping out at a friend's house. What do you think is gonna happen tomorrow?
I believe that he would have had traumatic experiences, so we might see some symptoms of PTSD.
Like, what do you think is like traumatized him the most?
Definitely the absence of his parents.
Why do you think he like stayed away for so long?
Stayed away. I don't know. Honestly, I think that we'd have to find that out tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd say let's just call it a night. We'll pick it up in the car tomorrow.
Yeah.
Alright, let's cook a camera.
Alright.
Okay, so we're on our way to Sean's humble home, and hopefully we can find out some information about his past and his journey to civilization once again.
Go.
I actually first got interested in the McGoffin case when it came to light that it actually wasn't a kidnapping that took Sean. It was actually an alleged runaway situation.
Like, the thing that really interested me is that most children at a young age have the urge to run away when, let's say, when they're grounded them, something like that. But this kid actually ran away. They have the urge, but they just don't do it. But this one actually did. So I'm curious to see what his mental state was to this extent.
So we're approaching our campsite. Over there we have a river where I did most of my fishing, showering, cleaning my clothes. This is basically home.
So, where did you learn to do all this survival stuff?
My father taught me before he passed.
Oh.
And taught myself because I had to.
Was there a specific reason as to why you didn't want to stay after their passing?
I just need to get away from the mess, the city, everything. It was too much.
How mentally tolling was the isolation out here?
I like to think I'm fine. But others say differently.
Must have been emotionally taxing being alone for that long.
I guess, yeah. But it gave me time to think. Get away from the noisiness of the city.
How long did it take you to get to your camp?
Oh, it had to have been weeks. I was walking for what felt like years.
How did you buy the supplies from the cities?
When you're on your own, I had to do what I had to do to survive. Sure, I did buy things, but times get tough.
How'd you get food and water for 2 years?
Well, when I was younger, I was always fascinated with the whole hunting thing, so I always wanted to have the opportunity to do it, and now that I basically had to, living out in the forest, I was forced to almost teach myself trapping, hunting, and we also did some fishing to get the food, and I would just boil water to get the water I needed.
That should be all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sean. Okay, rolling. Alright, so I'd say we learned a lot from the Sean case. What I took away is if you're going through anything, you're feeling like you're alone, there's places you can call, there's someone you can always go to, because at the end of the day, we all have problems. Everyone has their own like battle within that no one knows about, unless you say something. Just search for some hotlines, or even just talk to like a friend, teachers, parents, get to know people, meet new people, and the more you do that, you'll experience and learn more about yourself. I think that's something that society should be focusing on more, instead of things that you're trying to improve on rather than fixing, kind of thing. The more you suppress your own thoughts, your own feelings about something, until you let someone know, it's just going to keep bottling up until you spill, or you just leave and just screw up everyone else around you. Thank you guys for watching. It's been fun, but I'm really tired. We gotta get to the van in at 6 in the morning, and it's like 1 right now. So I mean, I gotta get some sleep, and I really don't want to talk for much longer. So thank you guys. So I gotta go to sleep. See you guys in the next documentary, hopefully. Catch you later.
I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through to make those rainbows in my mind when I think of you sometime, and I want to spend some time with you.
Joe Numper has come a long way since the last time you guys have seen us. We started our own line of merchandise and created our own documentary series known as Chasing Fame. It was only fair we give previous guests another chance on the show. Welcome to episode number 4.
Good game, bro.
Yo! Look who it is.
No way, bro. No way it's these guys. And they have a concert in Pickering? We have to go. Is that Comic Sans? Is that a gradient? Bro, this isn't even press quality.
Joe Numper, coolest podcast in the world. We got Young Soprano and Lil Ice Cream.
Me, I'm actually 17 3/4. Like, I'm about to be 18. Like, it's, you know, it's confusing like that, but, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I'm 34.
It's like,
Who are these guys?
So, yeah, like, maybe, like, with Beyonce, Jay-Z, I've got the visuals, we've got the lyrics, they've just got themselves, honestly.
We're talking Grammys.
The interview instantly blew up, and Young Soprano and Lil Ice Cream were stars. We had people from all over contacting us about who these guys truly are. We even took the streets of their hometown and asked random people on Twitter their thoughts about these two.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something about them that's just so bad. I don't like them at all. I've never really listened to them. It's not really my style. It's just bad.
I like Ice Cream, so Lil Ice Cream's kind of cool to me. I don't really listen to his music though.
We also asked the #1 streamer on Twitch TV his opinions about the two.
Chat talking about Young Soprano and Little Ice Cream. Do you guys actually like them? They're just terrible, you know. I think they have absolutely no prospects in the rap game. Just absolutely terrible flow, terrible beats, and just whatever little success they've had, I think it's all down from here. I can say that for sure. Just not worth your time listening to those guys.
Alright guys, so we're on the way to the Ice Cream Soprano concert right now. I'm super excited to see where these guys are. It's just going to be crazy to see how far they've come since the interview.
Yo, so we're on our way to the concert. It's going to be pretty hype for me and Young Soprano.
That's it.
Yeah, other than that, we're just whipping to the concert. Honestly, it's going to be a smooth drive from there today. 401 seems pretty empty, actually.
Yo, we should leave soon, though. It's at like 7. It's going to take like 15 minutes to get there. We should start to head off. Bro, you have to turn off your game.
Not yet, we're in like rushing.
Turn off your game. We're leaving.
We're in the LaFerrari, bro. We're whipping.
So, what are your thoughts on Lil Ice Cream and Young Soprano?
I'm sorry, what? Little what?
Lil Ice Cream and Young Soprano.
Little Ice Cream and... Who's that? Who's that? Young Soprano? What? I'm sorry, you said Lil Ice Cream, right?
Alright, man, so I just talked to the manager. He said we're good to go basically for tomorrow. Anything we need to do, bring, say?
You know the drill. Come on the studio.
Vintage podcast.
Oh, of course. You know the address, but it's a little late right now, so tomorrow, 10:30 in the morning, we'll see you guys there?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Wait.
Just got done at the Soprano Ice Cream Show. It was not what I was expecting, to be honest, but we're always giving artists a second chance here, so we'll see you tomorrow in the studio.
I can't even fathom how terrible they are.
Yo, wait.
Wait.
What?
Yo,
we
what's
can
up,
explain.
guys?
Listen.
So, are you guys like homeless now or what?
No. We have a house, but you know, we're just trying to explore other options, other avenues. You know, it's
Just to be safe, you guys can come to my house for the night.
Yo, definitely. That would be awesome. Thank you so much. Honestly, that'd actually be fantastic.
We'll get the interview done tomorrow.
Yeah. So, yeah. Can I order pizza?
Turn on the radio.
And this guy, Young Soprano, whatever his name was, he came on as well. So I was like, what the heck, bro? This is bad. This is, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is horrible. Then it's this ice cream guy. This ice cream guy I just heard this morning. Like, what is happening to this world? What is happening to this world and society with these rappers? You know what I'm saying? Like, this music, like, back in, like, Elton John type of days, that was the good times. That's when they talked about the real stuff. But things like Young Soprano and what's his name? Little ice cream guy. Like, what is happening here? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
We're back.
That's huge.
What's up?
Alright, sick. Alright, guys, so getting right back into this, the first question would have to be what have been some high and low points of your lives after you guys filmed the original Joe Number interview?
Since the podcast, I've done some crazy things, but nothing compares to when I adopted this kid from his parents, because, like, he wasn't, like, up to much, so he got kicked out of his house, and, yeah, I was like, yo, I'll take him.
Adopted me. It's pretty cool.
How about you, Ice Cream?
Probably graduating high school is pretty cool for me.
Who the heck? Hello, Ice Cream. And who is Young Soprano? They're nice.
Music.
Actually, we had a few concerts.
Like a few times a week.
Yeah, a few times a week.
Really crazy live.
Super, like, so many people.
Yeah.
Jam-packed. The fans really love it.
Definitely does not seem that way. Yeah, it definitely doesn't seem that you guys are very successful with your shows. So, anyways, where's your house, guys?
Actually, we got evicted because...
No,
don't what?
So you're actually homeless?
No, we're not. We're not.
Listen.
The street
is our home. The street is our home. That's what we like to say.
Okay, well, we're gonna roll with this. So, how'd you guys run out of money?
Well, essentially, after the podcast, we just blew up on SoundCloud and everything, and we wanted to capitalize on the success. So we bought a bunch of vinyls, and we recorded all our songs on them, but I'm not sure why you bought vinyls in 2019.
Listen, I purchased them in 2018, but the market kind of dipped in 2019, so we lost quite a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, how much money did you guys spend on these vinyls?
$49,000.
Did you make any money off this?
No, we didn't. We're actually currently in debt. $480,000.
We should end this. Bro, I don't know, man. These guys can post a lot of views and make us tons of money. Yo.
Little Ice Cream and Young Soprano are trash.
Alright, guys, so next, pretty cliche question. We even asked you guys the last time on the podcast, but what's your plan for the next 5 years?
Oscars.
You know, those are for movies, right?
Which one's the one for music?
The Kids' Choice Awards.
Oh my god, yeah, that's the one. That's our goal. Wait, hold up. What's in that plastic bag over there?
You know, you guys are great guys. Your music career hasn't really...
Thank you so much, man.
Hasn't really got up to par, but we want to give you first access to the Joe Number tees.
No way, look at that. Look at the logo. It's perfect. Literally, it's actually just perfect.
Let's see this.
I love purple. Let's just take a look at this. Yeah.
You can tell by the way I use my walk, I'm a woman's man, no time to talk. The music loud, women warm, being kicked around since I was born. Never tolerate, that's okay, and you may look the other way, but we can try to understand and do your time to make no man. Whether you're a brother or whether you're a mother, you're staying alive, staying alive. We're the city breaking and everybody shaking, and you're staying alive, staying alive.
Color theory, I think, is definitely one of the most interesting parts about film, because it's something that it's one of my favorite things about film, because film is not only this amazing spectacle to the eyes, but a lot of it, if you actually do a lot of research into it, is about, it's almost psychology, and it's grabbing the person's attention without even them knowing it, and you have to get to the subconscious to make a person care. And I think that's so cool, because I've actually made at least 2 videos about color theory. It's a great way to grab the attention of your audience without spelling it out for them. best ways to make film is with visuals and then with audio. And audio, those are the two things that matter. If you have bad audio, it's not going to be a good film. If you have bad visuals, it's not going to be a good film. But more so on audio, you can change the entire mood of any scene with the song you choose, the score that you make. It will drive the emotion of anything. A lot of stop motions or a lot of films that don't have a lot of words and they have a lot of show not tell. A song is the thing that's going to drive the whole film itself. It's going to drive the mood, the pacing, the actions of a character. If you have somebody jumping off a cliff and you put really sad music, that's a dark scene. If you have somebody jumping off the cliff and you put this like courageous music, like you're going to expect to see him flying back off the cliff, like he just did this amazing discovery.
This could be love because I had the time of my life. I never felt this way before. This I swear, it's so true. Don't you forget about me.
Come on, you two. I want the royal tour. You must understand that I like all things that are modern. Presses the R, comes out there. Oh.
Will you still love me when I'm no longer young and beautiful?
Honestly, just the first movies that I watched as a kid is probably what inspired my passion. Specifically, outlandish, ridiculous, like out of this world movies, like I think the classic childhood movies like Star Wars and like Narnia were definitely huge influences that got me interested right away, because it was like you can take this thing and you can make it look so real and you can make people care about characters and events that have like minotaurs and centaurs and spaceships, and just like making the surreal like powerful, and like having people invested in these characters that you make up. It's definitely what got my interest at first, and being able to just create something and have people care about it is probably the coolest thing that got me interested right off the bat. There's probably no specific main Hollywood film, but if I had to put it out there, it's definitely going to be every single short film I've ever watched with a different meaning and a different character to each individual short film. How, yeah, you have these like amazing Hollywood style, big budget director movies, which are great, awesome. And then, but like for me, it's like watching just like the little artist make a short film, and you can tell that he doesn't have all the money or the best actors or whatever, but he's got the love and the passion, and that's what inspires me even more so than the big ones. Just watching somebody pour their heart out into like a 5-minute piece that spent them like 6 months on is what keeps me going. I actually had a lot of trouble with making my films at first, because I would have so much ideas, and it started off as like a kid, and I would never know how to actually put them in a format as like video. So like the first film I ever made was Psycho Chick with a Telescope, and it's basically an incoherent mess of a story that was made up as we were shooting. And then that transformed into like a process, which was you think of an idea, or you think of a shot, or you think of a theme, and then you build around that. And it actually took like a lot of different films and a lot of different ideas to fully form how to make a film for me. It was, first you have to visualize it, and that's like a lot of alone like meditation, like searching through your own mind to try and see, is there an actual thing to this idea? And then you put it on paper and you draw related things. You draw and you write stories and lines, and it doesn't even make sense, but you just put it on paper. You write ideas, and then you get all those ideas and you cross off the bad ones, you keep the good ones, and once you have that done, you make a storyboard, and you're gonna go through at least 18 storyboards. I do, and then after like 18 storyboards, you get one that you like, and you shoot and you edit, and you have a film. For me, I've known since I was a kid that I wanted to get into film. I didn't even know that I knew. I would grab my parents' camera and would run around and record like action figures for hours, for days. And it wasn't until I got much older that I realized that this was an actual like business industry type thing. And the secret, or the thing that they don't tell you, is that it is hard as hell to get into, and you will get disencouraged and you will feel shut down and defeated so much times along the way, and people just hate films that you make. And for me, that was one of the hardest parts, was not actually people disliking my films, but as like an artist or a creator, or like something I put my heart and soul into making something, it becomes very hard. The worst enemy you're gonna have is yourself, because you're gonna have these ideas that you're not good enough. You're gonna have these ideas that everything you're doing is a waste of time, everything you do is not as good as other people do it, and you are just, there's always gonna be better people, there's always gonna be worse people, and if you compare yourself, you're already losing. The biggest like advice that I think every amazing creator has actually said is, in order to create good things, in order to keep creating good things, you have to create. And you have to create really bad things. You have to create every single thing that you think of, just make it. And don't care about the judgments or how good it comes out. Because if you keep making it, then you're gonna make something great. But if you stop and you get stuck in your head and you're like, I'm not good enough, it's not gonna come out the way I want it to, then you're not creating.
Alright, Sammy? Which one do you like better? This one or this one? I like this one.
They look the exact same.
No, they don't. Just pick one.
Okay, this one.
Thank you.
You start to find your fortune hidden in the bay. You just don't know what you're getting yourself in. And I'm so Machiavellian inside my head. My problems, they don't hide away from me.
Hey, do you know her? It looks like she's taking our bus.
No, we should move.
Are you listening to Hannah?
Yeah,
What's your favorite song? Mine's Love Grows.
mine's sorry.
Don't make things worse. They seem to curse. It's weird how it always goes.
Tell her I'm not here.
No, we just want to.
Yes, show her. Show her.
I guess.
Oh, thanks. I swear I looked at her like 5 minutes. I guess I'm dumber than I thought.
Nothing really matters, baby, if your love don't grow.
I'm gonna go get some food. Do you want anything?
Yeah, can I get a water, please?
Of course.
Why are you so important?
What are you doing?
Nothing. I'm just looking at your bear since it always seems to come with us on our hangouts, you know?
I know I'm gonna sound a little weird, but can you just not touch Sammy?
Sammy?
Yeah, that's what I named her when I was little.
Oh, that's cute. I had a stuffed animal too when I was little, but mine was a bunny.
Oh, that's nice. Well, I've had her since as long as I can remember. She's the only person I felt comfortable with, the only person I could talk to. I felt safe with her.
But now you have Sammy and I to talk to, right?
I guess.
Okay, enough of this. I have to finish these assignments before Miss kills me.
Well, she didn't kill you for the last, I don't know, 5 assignments you didn't hand in?
First of all, I did hand them in. They were just extremely late.
Sure.
Hey, serious question.
Yeah.
What if you just spent, I don't know, one night without Sammy?
Yeah, that's really funny.
No, I'm serious. What if you just...
Oh, that's probably my mom. She's home early. 1 second.
Hello? What do you mean you're outside? No, I told you to pick me up in an hour. You didn't get my text? Oh. Okay, I'm coming. Okay, bye.
Why'd you pack up your stuff? I thought you said you were staying for another hour.
Yeah, no, my dad's outside waiting for me and I don't want to keep him there.
Oh, okay.
We can still hang out tomorrow, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I just don't want to keep him waiting. See you tomorrow!
Alright. I hope April's okay. You know, she's having a bit of trouble in math, so I wish I could do something. Maybe next time we could focus on it more. Right, Sammy? Sammy? Stop playing around. Sammy? 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 Oh my god! Sammy! 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 Okay, April. I thought we were friends, you know? It's okay.
What's up?
You know where Sammy is?
No, I don't. Sorry.
Are you sure? Because they couldn't find her last night.
Oh no. Is she gone? Have you checked maybe your bedroom or maybe...
But she was only gone after you left yesterday.
So your first instinct is to blame me?
Of course not! I asked my mom if she took her by accident, but she wasn't with her. So I checked the wash and she wasn't in there either, so my next option was you.
Okay, Reese, you sound crazy, okay? Like, just calm down. Why do you need that stupid bear?
That's none of your business!
Yes, it is! I'm concerned for you! You said you only needed it because you needed friends, but now I'm your friend, so why do you need it still? Shouldn't you just let it go?
You don't know what I deal with. You just assume things and that's your problem. If you're really my friend, you would understand what Sammy means to me and how she made me feel safe. Maybe at one point you made me feel safe too. But I guess that's gone now, right? Yeah? You know how hard it was for me to even look at you without feeling like passing out? Or how hard it was for me to even talk to you without stuttering or having a panic attack? Do you?
I didn't. sorry, Reese. Listen,
Yeah, because you never bothered asking, right? Just tell me where Sammy is and leave me alone.
Okay. She's at the Lost and Found. See you later.
Sammy?
What happened? How'd you find me? Where's April?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just a bit cold. Answer my question. What happened? Where'd April go?
Don't worry about it. She's gone. She's not gonna be around.
What? Why? I thought things were going so good. You guys are becoming really good friends.
Well, it wasn't, so can we just stop talking about it and just go home?
No, we aren't leaving until you talk to April. What's wrong with you, Reese? She's just trying to help you.
No, she wasn't. She wasn't trying to help me. She hurt me. God, can we just not talk about this? Can we just go home?
Reese, is that you? I heard yelling, so I rushed outside, but I didn't think it was you because you're really quiet. I was just on my way to the plaza. Do you want to come with me to get something to eat?
Do you really need me anymore? You connected with her once. You can do it again.
I can't.
I can't. What? I didn't say anything.
Okay.
Cool. Let's go. Wait, what? You were wrong. That was weird.
Will the darkness fall upon me when the air is growing thin? Will the light begin to pull me towards everlasting will? I can hear the voices haunting. There is nothing left to fear, and I am still calling. I am still calling to you. Are you with me after all?
sketches for the past 3 months.
Wait, sketches? From 3 months ago? Hold on.
Hey man, look, someone lost a key.
Let me see that. If found, please contact. There's a phone number, an email, and an address.
Bro, what should we do?
Let's find out who it belongs to. 4, 1, 6, 5, 12, 10, 16. It's ringing. The number's disconnected.
So Miles, you're telling me you don't want to be the good guy and return this key?
Where's the fun in that, Jesse? What if this key leads to something? Like $1 million, or maybe...
Or maybe it's just a lousy key for a lousy box in some attic that has nothing but dust.
Well, a dusty box in some attic is probably better than what you had planned this weekend.
You had me there.
Great. You staying for dinner? My dad made steaks.
Yo, how could anybody say no to steak?
Awesome. Alright, so here's where we're at. Phone number less, nothing, but we can use the email. We can look up any account online that has your email attached to it. Mary Annabelle at gmail.com.
Buddy, I think it's Mary Annabelle.
Buddy, the first name is Mary and the last name is Annabelle.
Don't be ridiculous. It's Mary Annabelle.
Yo, what does it matter? We have the email.
True, but if her name is Mary Annabelle, you owe me lunch for the rest of the semester.
Whatever. Man!
What's wrong?
Wi-Fi's down!
Just use your phone.
What done?
You can take a bus to the library.
Fine. Well, that was pointless.
What do we do now?
Alright, well, at least we have the address.
Where's the house?
It's a 12-minute bus ride from here. Better go before it gets dark. Yo, that bus took us way north, bro. Holy!
Yo, does it fit?
No.
Hi there, guys.
You don't look like a Mary Annabelle.
Bro, it's Marianne. Marianne.
Well, does he look like either?
Doesn't matter. It's Marianne.
It's not the issue what my name is. Who are you trying to find?
We found a key for Marianne Annabelle and Marianne Annabelle.
Oh, 1510 Omega Avenue. Yeah, that is my house. And, oh, Mary Ann.
What did I say? I told you.
Well, I mean, she's not living here in this house anymore. So, I don't know about this key, guys. You can have it back.
Okay. Thanks for no help.
Do you even know where this leads?
Where the key leads? Oh, I may know, but it is a long story. Do you boys want to come in for a cup of coffee, some ice cream, some popsicles?
You know what? It's getting pretty cold though. We're gonna miss our bus. So thanks enough for that.
Are you blind or just tired of everything that has been going on lately? I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't try to be the guy who solves your problem.
That's me. And that's me following my mom's dream. Sometimes I never understood my mom's dream, but I remember it being a lot of work. I hated it. And I was angry at it. But I just kept going. For my mom. This was the worst day of my life. Emphasize on was. I lost my mom's planner with all the info of her plan, and a piece of her that I had was gone. I felt like I failed her and myself. I felt like a failure. didn't do well after. I was sad. I was depressed. Everything I worked up to for her was gone. All gone.
You said I wanna see the world, and I said go.
I look happy now, and you might be wondering why. Over the course of being who I thought I wanted to be, I was really just lost. I pondered the idea if I really wanted to chase a stupid dream I was never in love with, but I didn't have to. Thanks to the support of my friends and a tiny bit of faith in me, I was able to find my true passion in life. That happened to be film. I'm so glad I was able to realize, and I continue to realize it through the little aesthetic videos I take. I know I have a long way to go, far away, but I'm willing to take the long road with no cheap shortcuts. I wanted to do the rest solemnly myself, without having to rely on others to achieve my dreams. And the same goes for everyone. Don't chase something not worth your time, because you might be running away from the thing you're meant to do, and it's only a matter of time until that thing catches up to you. And once you find that thing, or that thing finds you, don't sit around waiting for something good to happen. Make it happen. And I eventually found my mom's planner, and I wrote my first screenplay in it. Make the best of things, and those things will bring out the best in you.
Now I don't hardly know her, but I think I could love her. Crimson and clover. Ah, well,
I think we could really.